Hello Internet, I'm Guy, and this is Guy Makes Stuff. Yes, I'm riffing on Quinn's opening for Blondihacks because she's been a huge inspiration for me, and this video is based on one of her videos from a while ago, and I'll link to it below. It's all about the mill, but it's all going to be done on the lathe, so stay tuned. Have you ever gotten yourself in a situation where you've got your workpiece all set up, all you want to do is lock down your cross slide and your locking arm is bumping into your vise and you can't lock it. So then what do? Well, you can fuss around with it, or you can make a new one. I was just watching Quinn on Blondihacks from an old video that she did about making a nice brass knurled knob to replace this. She made it entirely out of brass. I've decided to go a different route, so stay tuned. Here's what I'm going to do. Here's the original M6 metric screw that came with the machine and the locking handle. This is a regular M6 bolt cap screw. What I'm going to do is just make a head for the cap screw. So this will actually press fit into a knurled knob that I'm going to put on here. Then I'll cut this slightly down to length and make a small brass insert that will go between the screw here and the gibs. This, every time you tighten it down, it's actually grinding into the gib and leaving a little relief mark in the gib, and that can then start damaging the machine. I just don't like this idea very much. So a little tiny cylindrical piece of brass in here will be just fine. Let's get going. I'm going to start by facing off a piece of 1-inch diameter brass, get it all cleaned up on the end to make a nice end for the knob. And then a center drill. This will be the beginning of the hole to press the cap of the screw into. Now I'm dropping in my knurling tool so I can knurl the whole surface of the knob, getting it lined up and centered on the work. So I'm going to drive it in and open it up a little bit to make it fit onto the workpiece here. Tighten it down just a little bit, very gently. I'm going to bring in the live center to stabilize it all. A bunch of cutting fluid on the wheels and on the work. And then I'm going to run the lathe really slowly and start tightening it down very incrementally. The machine loads down quite a bit as you tighten this down. I decided to speed it up just a little bit because it was loading down. It takes a little bit of force to tighten this thing down. So now I'm going to pause and have a look, see how it's doing. Yep, those looks like little pyramids. I might go just a little bit more. Yep, bear it down a bit more. Make those perfect little pyramids. Let's have a look. Yes, that looks perfect. Okay, so now I'm going to shift it over to get a larger knob here because I want a wider knob. So I'm keeping it tracking so it maintains registration to the existing pyramids that are knurled onto the knob already. So bearing down again, tightening it up, and the machine loads down a little bit, so I'm going to turn it up a bit, and there we are, nice and clean and knurled. Very satisfying process. So get rid of the knurling tool, take it out of the tool rest, and now I'm just truing up the tool post to the vise by putting a gauge block in there between the two, and that makes sure that the tool post and the vise are perfectly parallel. Here I'm setting up a drill. This is not the final size drill, but it's close to the head size here. Eventually I'll open it up to the full head size minus just a hair so that I can force fit it into the hole. So I'm up to the next size drill, incrementally moving up so that I don't have to dig a deep hole on the first pass. This should be the finished diameter. going the perfect depth to embed the head of the bolt into that hole. Now I'm going to start the parting process. I've got a very narrow parting tool in there. I say I'm going to start this because I just want to get enough of a start that I can then turn a bevel on each side of the head there before I finish the parting process. So I'm going in very easily on this, very gently, adding a bunch of fluid here. I learned that I need to speed it up my lathe a little bit because I had a catch at one point. I was running too slow. So I dug into my kit of brass and aluminum parts that I found on eBay, and this rod right here is just the right diameter to fit just inside the threads here. It'll just drop right into the hole. So of course I'm going to machine a little point to go in there. Of course I forgot to show you the press fit process of putting this in the drill press and pressing the bolt, the cap head, into the brass here. Looks pretty, doesn't it? So here I'm going to chamfer the end of the brass rod. And then I'm going to swap out for the parting tool and part it off. Just a little bullet-shaped piece that goes in at the end of the thread of the bolt there. And Yahtzee. Okay, moment of truth. I've got the little tiny brass insert here. I'm trying to squish that into the hole. There it is, sitting in there beautifully. I'm going to take this and screw it right in there and settle that little brass nub right into the gibs. This is turning in really nicely because it's a prefabricated bolt. And there we are. So now I can tighten this down and lock it in, and that will prevent the carriage from moving and wobbling around during a cut. Thanks to Quinn over at Blondihacks for the inspiration for this. She made hers entirely out of brass. I used a cap screw and some brass stock. It's a different approach, and it just saves me doing that thread cutting, which is something I don't enjoy.